Hello students, welcome to another lecture of Human Anatomy and Physiology. I hope you understood the last lecture well and you all might now know the definition of human anatomy and physiology. Why do we have to study it? What is the importance and what is the future scope? Right? So today we will be starting with the levels of structural organization. Why? Because before we begin with the study of different structures and the different functions of the human body, it is very helpful to consider its basic architecture. Architecture means that how is it made, right? So that is how its smallest part are assembled into a larger structure. And it is very convenient to consider the structure body in terms of fundamental level of organization that increases in complexity. So today we will be studying about the different levels of structural organization. So let's start. Now, as you can see in this particular image, there is a level of organization in which firstly the atoms combine to form molecule, the molecules further join to form cell, the cell further combines to form tissue, the tissue further combines to form organ, the organ further combines to form a system, and the entire system helps in the formation of an organism, right? So this is what the levels of structural organization are, right? Starting from the smallest unit to the whole organism. Now, to study the chemical level of organization, scientists mainly consider the simplest building block of matter, that is the subatomic particles, the atoms and molecules, right? All matter in the universe is composed of one or more unique pure substance called as element. And the smallest unit of any of these pure substance, which I termed as element, is an atom. Right? So atom are made up of subatomic particles such as proton, electron and neutron. This you must have studied in your physics and chemistry in your 12th, 11th and 12th. Two or more atoms, they combine to form a molecule such as the water molecule H2O. Two H combine with one O to form water, right? So atoms combine to form molecules, and the molecules are further the chemical building blocks of all body structures, right? The next level is the cell. So the cell is the smallest independently functioning unit of the living organism. Single cell organism like bacteria, they are extremely small and they live independently, right? With a cellular structure, they live independently. But humans are multicellular organism. Multicellular means more than one cell is present in the human body, and there are different organelles within the cell which perform specialized cellular function. You must have studied the structure of the cell. Who all had biology in the 12th, you must have studied structure of the cell, and we know that a particular cell contains nucleus, cytoplasm, ribosomes. So all these structures, all these organelles, they have a different function inside the cell, right? So cells themselves, they may be specialized. Thus there are nerve cells, bone cells and muscle cells. Now after the cellular level of organization comes the tissue. When two or more cells combine, they form a tissue. So tissue is basically a group of similar cells performing a common function. For example, your muscle tissue consists of muscle cells, right? After the tissue level of organization comes an organ level. Organ level is basically a group of different kind of tissues working together to perform a particular activity. For example, heart is a specialized organ which is composed of muscle tissue, nervous tissue, connective tissue and epithelial tissue. So all these tissues combine and form your heart. When different organs combine, they form an organ system and they perform a particular task. Right? For example, the digestive system. It involves the coordinated activities of many organs including the mouth, the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, pancreas and the liver. So all these organs combines and form the digestive system, which works together for proper digestion so that we can properly digest our food. Now after the organ system, different organ system combines to form an organism, right? For example, digestive system, excretory system, respiratory system, all these systems combine and they form the whole organism, right? An organism is basically a system which is possessing the characteristics of a living thing. Living thing, characteristics of a living thing, meaning the ability to obtain and process energy, the ability to respond to environmental changes, and the ability to reproduce, right? So what is the structural level of organization? The atoms combine to form the molecules combine to form the cells combine to form tissue combines to form an organ, different organs combine to form an organ system, and the different organ systems combine to form the whole organism, right? So thank you so much, dear students. This was all in today's lecture. Today we studied about the structural level of organization, right? Starting from the atom to the whole organism. If you have any queries, any doubt, feel free to reach out to me. I have mentioned my email ID in this slide. So please feel free if you have any queries, any doubt. Thank you so much for attending this lecture. Thank you.